Hey guys, Matthew Morrow with MorrowInvest.com. I've got another 2-minute tip of the day for you. Goal setting. Every book that you're going to go buy that talks about success is going to talk about goal setting. Now this doesn't matter if it's a book on health, on dieting, on investing, doesn't matter what it is, goal setting is all the same, okay? So if my goal was today at age 36, I want to be an NFL player, right? All right, I'm a big fella. I'm 265, 6'2", I'm a big guy. So I'm going to go join the NFL, right? And what's my thinking? My thinking is, well, I love football and I want to be rich. And those guys are rich, right? Or we perceive them to be rich. Fun fact, and I put this in my book, the average the average NFL player is completely broke within 3 years of retiring from the NFL. Now the NFL is working on making that better, but the reality is that people that have no money that then come into a lot of money, money's not really the problem. If they don't have education and understand how to use money and how money actually works, it'll be gone really fast. Okay, that's a whole other story. But say I want to be in the NFL, okay? And America has 300 million. There's 300 million Americans, right? And I'm just one. I'm one of 300 million. And I want to be in the NFL, right? Well, there is like a 1 in a million chance I would make it to the NFL if I was 18, right? So at age 36, if I looked at how many NFL players are actually 36, what is there, like 5, 10 guys in the entire country? And they're like kickers or like backup quarterbacks or stuff. There are very few people in that sport that are 36. Now, why am I talking about this? Why is this important? Well, the point is to set achievable goals, bite-sized goals, things that you can attain. All right, so what you want to do is when you set your goals, and you set any goal, you want to do incremental goals. So say you want to lose 30 pounds. Well, if you don't own this, right? If you don't own this, you're like, well, my wife wants me to lose 30 pounds. You're not going to lose 30 pounds, right? You have to own it, right? So what if you said, well, I want to lose 30 pounds. Well, what's that look like? Well, that's not a goal, saying, well, I want to. I kind of want to lose some weight. A real goal is saying, I want to lose 30 pounds, right, in the next 3 months. Now we've got some teeth in it, right? Because we have a time limit. That's important to set yourself, not only when you're setting achievable goals, but give yourself a due date. We work good under pressure as people, right? When the heat is on, right? So 30 pounds in 3 months, well, what's that? Well, that's 10 pounds per month, right? And what's that look like? Well, if there's 4 weeks, in a month, you're going to lose a little over 2 pounds a week. So when you go back the other way and you say, if I lose 2 pounds or a little more than 2 pounds per week, that's 10 pounds a month, then in 3 months I will hit my 30-pound goal. See, 30 pounds might sound arduous. It might sound really crazy. But 2 pounds, that doesn't sound that bad. And you have to make those incremental changes. That means every day you're counting your calories, you're exercising, you're doing the things you need to do to achieve your goal. Okay, let's do another example with money. Money is the one that always gets people. I have people all the time, and I said this in another video. I say, well, how much do you want to make? And they're like, well, I want to make as much money as I can make, right? That's what people say, like, or they have that big 6 figures in their mind. Oh, I want to make 6 figures. Well, let's do some real numbers. The real numbers, the average American is only making about $25,000. Average single American. That's the average person. So if you're a single person, that's about what you're making. Well, you say, well, I don't want to just make that. I want to make 50. Okay, well, let's say 50,000 then. Now, you have a goal. I want to make $50,000 when? Next week, in a month, by the time I retire? What's your goal? Time frame. We got to have a time on here. Well, what's the time? Well, let's say a year. Okay, so a year is 12 months, right? Right? Or Or, let's break that down some more. Let's say weeks. There's 52 weeks in a year. For some easy math, let's take off, let's say I'm going to give you a week off for Christmas and a week off for Thanksgiving. So you're down to 50 weeks. You have 50 weeks to reach your goal. Well, 50,000 divided by 50 is $1,000 a week. Right? $1,000 a week. Or $200 per day. I give this example in my book. So, if you make $200 a day, and you do that 5 days a week, 50 weeks out of the year, you will make $50,000. Sound pretty easy, right? Now, I want to just throw this in there because I'm a small business guy, so I want to just get you thinking about this. No matter what you make, say you make $7 an hour, say you make $20 an hour, just think with me just for a second. Could you cut some grass? What would you pay in your neighborhood? What would you pay for your neighbor to cut your grass? Some neighborhood kid comes up, knocks on the door, and wants to cut your grass. What would you pay him? Would you pay him $35, $40, $50? Right? Let's just think about that for a second. Say you got a pretty nice sized yard, big yard, and you're gonna give somebody $50. And say it takes them a whole hour to do it, right? Have you seen these commercial lawnmowers that cost $10,000? Right? These commercial mowers can cut quite a bit of grass, right? So let's say, remember our goal down here is $200 a day, right? So let's just say your goal for the day, so that at the end of the year you can make your $50,000. Just to say, let's say you cut 1 yard, cut grass, and that made you $50. Well, how many yards do you have to do in a day? Could you push mow 4 yards in a day? Sure you could. Well, if you had one of those $10,000 riding mowers, you could cut a yard that size in 15 minutes. So if you had them all in a row, say you had a cul-de-sac or a court, depending on where you live, what it's called. So say you cut 4 places in a row, and it took you 4 hours. Well, if you started at 8 a.m., it's now noon, and guess what? You're done. You're done for the day. You've now reached your $200 a day goal. It's noon. You're going to lunch and pay the bank to deposit your checks. You have the rest of the afternoon to do whatever you want, and you've met your $50,000 goal. You're making twice what the average American makes. And that's a job that you get to be outside, and it might be not as hard as you think. Hope you guys have been blessed.